number 1, focus on your breathing is number 2, concentrate on your breathing is number 3, and then 4 is practice the breathing exercise. I'm Dr. Jordan Weber, and today we're going to talk about breathing and respiration and the difference between the two and why I think it's important for you to focus more on your breathing. So the difference between breathing and respiration is that breathing is the process of inhaling fresh air and exhaling carbon dioxide or foul air, and respiration is the process of the oxidation of food to form carbon dioxide and energy, and those are known as aerobic and anaerobic energy systems. So with or without oxygen. So aerobic with oxygen, anaerobic without oxygen. As far as the process, it's a physical process, breathing, and respiration is a biochemical process. It's happening within the body. No energy is released, rather it's used in breathing, so it takes energy to breathe, whereas energy is released in the form of ATP through respiration. So you're forming energy through respiration. Breathing is extracellular process, so it's out of the cells, and respiration is intracellular process within the breathing is confined to certain organs like the lungs, whereas respiration occurs in all cells of the human body. So now we've gone through the breathing and respiration differences, we're going to now go through some breathing exercises. So the first thing I want to remind the viewer is that remember to breathe. Set reminders, get a breathing app. Remind yourself to breathe. Notice things that help you remind yourself to breathe, and we're going to help you with some of those things today. So the first breathing exercise you're going to perform is nostril breathing. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. When you inhale and exhale through your nose, you breathe slower. You have to concentrate when you breathe as opposed to when you breathe through your mouth. You can run and breathe and forget that you're breathing, whereas if you're focusing on your inhales through your nose when you run, you understand that it's a lot harder to do, so many people don't do it. But inhaling through your nose is the best form of breathing because it really helps you guide the air through your body, and it also collects the dirt and kills the bacteria and stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. So those are all good things. As far as belly breathing, when you inhale, your belly should rise. Okay, and so my posture's been off because I'm trying to crouch over here. But what happens is your breathing and your posture are interrelated. So if your posture is off, your breathing is off, and if your breathing is off, your posture is off. So it's really important to open up to make sure that you're able to breathe in all positions, but also give yourself a chance to breathe by practicing it openly and inhaling, letting the belly rise, and then exhaling, let the belly deflate. What I cue people with when breathing is inhale, fill the belly, fill the rib cage, fill the chest, fill the upper chest, fill up the clavicle, hold it at the top, and then slowly exhale, clavicle, upper chest, rib cage, belly, and all the way down. So all the way up and then all the way down. Okay, so starting from the bottom and then going back down on your exhale. So inhale, belly rise, rib cage rise, chest rise, upper chest rise, hold it at the top, and then exhale, chest, and then belly. Okay, so try that sequence when you breathe. Another reminder is a lot of times people ask, well, should I exhale out of my nose or should I exhale through my mouth? And so there's different breathing practices that'll tell you to exhale through your nose, and there's other breathing practices that'll tell you to exhale through your mouth. I think it's what you prefer. I like to practice both, and I think it's important to practice both. I know you can exhale more out your mouth than you can through your nose because you can create more pressure out of your mouth. That's why you don't blow up balloons with your nose. So if you're trying to get the most air out, I definitely recommend wringing out the lungs occasionally like you do in Pilates or boxing. You really exhale, wring out the lungs. I think that's another thing that's really important to do when you work out, is really wring out the lungs. Exhale, deep inhale, big exhale, big inhale, and trying different variances of breathing. As far as box breathing, create a box. Think about any box, a square. Let's just look at this right here, okay? So you have nothing to look at. Let's just think of this as a box or a rectangle. At the top of your box is your inhale, and at the sides of your box are your holds, and at the bottom of your box is the exhale. So it's an inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Anytime you see a square or a rectangle, think inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And what you're doing is you're creating a pocket of air, or a square fold of air. What you're going to do is you're going to count. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again for 4 before you inhale. You can create a bigger box. You can tell people to create boxes and then draw them while they're breathing. You can have students of yours create as many boxes as they can that's breathing. And so the more you focus on your breathing, the more boxes you create. And so each box is 16 seconds. So that's 16 seconds of concentrated breathing. I want you to form, 30 boxes. Let's see how long it takes you to form 30 boxes. And go ahead. Now you're going to form 30 boxes by inhaling, hold, exhale, hold. And so that's an opportunity for kids to introduce math and science, and also focusing on health and longevity through practice breathing. So that would be called box breathing. So we have box breathing, we have triangle breathing, which would be 3, 5, 7. So inhale for 3, hold for 5, and exhale for 7. So it's progressive. So it's inhale for 3, big deep inhale for 3, hold for 5, and then long exhale out for 7. So that would be 3, 5, 7 breathing. 5, 10. So that's something that Dr. Spina likes to preach when you're passively stretching. Inhale for 5, exhale for 10, diaphragmatic breathing. Deep inhale, long, long exhale. And it's very simple to do if you just really relax. But if you try to rush through things, you won't be able to inhale for 5 and you won't be able to exhale for 10. You'll tend to inhale for like 3 and exhale for like 6. So I think 5, 10 is a good aim. I don't think you'll get there immediately, but it is something that you can practice into, and then you can double it. You can go to 6, 12, 7, 14, and upwards. And so what you're doing there is when you elongate your exhale, you're really making sure that you're concentrating. Slow exhale. It's going to help the body relax, parasympathetic state, help the body reduce stress and anxiety. So those are all different breathing techniques. And then lastly, we have Ujjayi, which is an Eastern technique. Inhale, nose, exhale. Create that friction in the air, like Darth Vader. We call it ocean breathing. You can also do the Ujjayi on the in and the out. It'll sound like this. So that would be Ujjayi breathing. That's creating friction in the air through your tonsils. And what you're doing is you're regulating the flow of air, and you're also able to expel toxins, as they'll tell you. But I like to do it because it helps you think about your breathing. So anything that helps you think about your breathing is important, because many times you can think about the past or the future. But if you are concentrating on your breathing at that present moment, then that could be something that would be more enticing than the present moment. Sometimes the present moment isn't that great, and you're not in that great of a mood. So it's important to focus, hey, let's focus on my breathing. You're in a meeting, focus on your breathing. You're in the shower, focusing on your breathing. Brushing your teeth, focus on your breathing. You're reading, breathe. You're listening to, you're watching a video, breathe. Right now, hopefully you're stimulated to breathe. Hopefully I've motivated you a little bit to inhale a little bit deeper than you have been since you've been watching this. And so remember to breathe is number 1, focus on your breathing is number 2, concentrate on your breathing is number 3, and then 4 is practice the breathing exercises. Understand the difference between breathing and respiration. Understand why your cells need oxygen, and the difference between anaerobic and aerobic exercise, because you can utilize both energy systems to maximize your volume of oxygen that you can output throughout your entire body to create a longer, healthier, and better life. Hope you enjoyed.